Shabbat Shalom and welcome to Thought for Shabbat. This week it was reported that 6 hostages, Israeli hostages in Gaza, were found dead, and we think there are still more than 100 hostages in Gaza, and presumably many of them not alive. But there are those who are alive. There are those who are suffering. There are those who are being held prisoner against their will. And as we embark on the theme for the year here at our synagogue about healing and strengthening the soul, what I have come to understand is being a soulful person is trying to be a whole person. Being a soulful community is trying to be a whole community. But that's awfully hard to do when on October 7th of last year, 1,200 homicidal maniacs, come across the border and take innocent people hostage. There is a war going on in Gaza, to be sure. The freedom of our hostages is at stake. And yet there's a war that goes on within the Jewish soul, because an attack on one Jewish person is an attack on all Jewish people. And until our people are whole and our hostages are brought back to their families and to their freedom in order to celebrate their Jewish faith, then none of us are truly whole. And so the news of these 6 deceased hostages has given me pause, has given me an opportunity to reflect on how challenging this situation is. And while the Israeli government has tried desperately to wipe out Hamas, how is it that we wipe out hate? Yes, it's possible to wipe out hateful people, but wiping out hate is a whole nother project, a whole nother endeavor. And I don't have the answer to that right now, but I understand the challenge before the Israeli people and the Jewish people and really the entire world. I want us so much to work on wiping out hate. That doesn't mean we shouldn't defend ourselves against hate. We should with all our might. But we want our hostages back, and we want them back now. So on this Shabbat, a somber message, but one to remember. And I just want to put on your calendar the date of the Shabbat in between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. I believe it's October 4th. On that Shabbat, called Shabbat Shuvah, the Sabbath of Return, we're going to commemorate the events of October 7th, and we're going to pray and do everything in our power and with our resources to try very hard to encourage those in power to ensure that those hostages are returned safely. God willing, they will be soon, maybe even before October. Thank you for listening. Please join us tonight at 7 p.m. for a really special service. Again, trying to touch the soul, and Cantor Carlin, Rabbi DePaulo, and I will be there with our special service leader, Karen Jaffe, who will have us participate in exercises that will touch the soul in a different way with what we call sound baths. Join us for this unique and wonderful experience as we celebrate Shabbat with one another. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Be well. Take care.